Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and we are back with another banging video. So if you're new or returning and you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about Ye being ordered to pay close to $100,000 in attorney fees tied to his failed attempt to dismiss a lawsuit that has accused him of anti-Semitic abuse and gender-based discrimination. Let's talk about it, shall we? Because as you guys already know, Ye is fighting numerous legal battles, and he has quite a few that he's fighting from former Yeezy staffer. Now, in this case, it's not Lauren Vachetta. I know that many people may want to lead or believe that I'm talking about Lauren Vachetta, but no, that's not the case. If you guys can remember, there was this former Yeezy staffer who sued Ye some time back and accused Ye of, sending her some anti-Semitic speech like, welcome to the company, you're working for Hitler, I'm a Nazi, and all of that. So the staffer basically left Yeezy sometime after that, but is suing Ye for anti-Semitic abuse and gender-based discrimination. So Ye tried to get the lawsuit tossed out of court, but he was unsuccessful because after everything that we've seen, Ye posting on Twitter, that if someone has those text messages, and in this case, it is said that the former staffer did submit text messages as proof to her claims that Ye did in fact send her those text messages. So as such, the court had refused to toss the lawsuit because it is said that it is alleged that there was some amount of evidence. So this staffer wants you to pay the legal fees, and the judge is saying that he must pay the legal fees, which is close to $100,000. I'm going to dive into this report so as to give you guys some more information about what is going on. Now, this is being reported by several media outlets. The report came out yesterday. They're saying, the artist once known as Kanye West is now facing another costly legal turn as a Los Angeles judge ruled that he must pay close to $100,000 in attorney fees tied to his failed attempt to dismiss a lawsuit accusing him of anti-Semitic abuse and gender-based discrimination. The case brought by Ye's former marketing specialist in his clothing department, identified in court documents as Jane Doe, includes serious claims of workplace harassment and retaliation. Court filing revealed disturbing text messages allegedly sent by Ye, including "I am a Nazi" and "Welcome to the first day of working for Hitler." Ye's legal team tried to dismiss the lawsuit by invoking California's anti-SLAPP law, a statute meant to protect free speech from frivolous lawsuits. His lawyers argued that the message in question were part of what they called a continuous provocative performance and should be seen as protected expression under the First Amendment. But that defense didn't fly. In June, Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge Theresa M. Traber rejected the argument, stating that Ye's alleged behavior cannot be protected as artistic expression when it takes place in a private work setting. So you understand why the judge is saying no, because this is a private work setting. If it was social media, we could say it's an artistic expression. And this is why many people can't really go after him for what he said on social media. Now, the report further states that Judge Traber went further in her criticism, calling Ye's motion rife with defects. specious arguments and misstatements of law and labeled it an attempt to stall the legal process. She made it clear that both Ye and his company must face the case head on in court. Now, Doe's legal team has filed a motion requesting reimbursement for the cost of fighting the dismissed motion on July 30th. They asked the court to award 99,000, that is $720 for the 106.7 billable hours. So the legal team, they're saying billed her for 106.7 hours they spent, charging rates between 650 and 100 and 1,100 per hour. So, the legal team, which she used, based on what they're saying, to, fight Ye's motion, it cost her this is so ridiculous. Like, I find it really hard to believe that it cost that much to just fight dismissing a motion in court. I find it hard, but then again, not hard because, hey, legalities. And this is why a lot of people in the United States has illegal case. So she's saying that this is what she paid, and the judge is saying Ye has to pay this. So they're saying, sounds like Ye is bracing for another fight, but this one is in the hands of the judge. So, that is so unfortunate for you, Ye. This is why I say, you know what? Ye needs to get help because these things cannot keep happening. And I see like people on social media reacting to this saying, this is, change. This is like crumbs for Ye, or this is crumbs to Ye. And I think that sometimes we need to, touch some grass because irrespective of the fact that, this might be change or crumbs for Ye, it is like a collision. It might seem minor, but a dent is there. And even when it is repaired, you know that the dent is there. So it's with Ye's image and reputation. There's a dent in his image and reputation. And there are people who love and support him and say, oh, that is nothing. The minority is looking at it as that is nothing, but across the world, that is nothing isn't flying for Ye anymore. And these things, they do affect him because he's going to have to see consistently people speaking unpleasantries about him. And at that point, he's going to feel like it is him against the world, him as an individual who is fighting against the world. And when his mental health comes into play, any day that he's not in a good place, just think about the regular people who do not have mental health challenges. Like, let's put it this way. And let me not say regular people because we're all regular people, whether we have mental health issues or not, right? And I think that everyone at some point in time experience mental health issues and challenges, but it's just that some are permanent and others aren't because, medicine also plays a part. So we know that Ye has been vocal about his mental health. And since of lately, he has basically revealed a lot about his, state of his mental health. So what I'm saying is this, right? Ye has a mental health problem, which, as he stated, cannot be reversed. There's no cure or anything for it. So just imagine with him having to deal with that, because when you have such a mental health crisis, it is something that you have to take care of on a daily basis. I've seen people on TikTok documenting, having bipolar disorder and it being, diagnosed as bipolar. And the moment they start taking their medication, they feel better and things start making sense. And I remember this young lady, I forgot her name. She's a lawyer and she was wondering what's the reason for her behavior. And she, was told it would be good for her to, get some proper diagnosis, and she did. I think she said she was at bipolar stage 1 or 2, something like that, because they have different stages. So my point is, depending where on the spectrum he is, when he's fighting his mental health challenges and then hearing and seeing unpleasant comments about him, even though some of them were triggered by his own actions, it's not going to be easy for him to deal with. It's not going to be something nice for him to deal with. So what I'm saying is that for the people who believes that they're supporting you when they say nothing is wrong with you, or $100,000 is just like chicken change or pocket change or crumbs for you, it may seem to you like you're supporting him, but you're only hurting him. Because when you don't encourage him to get the necessary help that he needs and put the necessary tools, resources, and plans into place to mitigate him having a meltdown again, you know what that is going to do to him? It's going to deteriorate his mental health condition, because he's going to stay there and it's going to be like a pothole, you know. It was small this week, next week, so let's say, for example, this week it's 2 centimeters. By next week, it's going to get to 20 centimeters. The week after, 40. The week after, 60. That's really how it is. So we have to be careful of the message that we're sending, especially to the people who really says that they love and care about you. You have to be really careful of the message that you're sending to this man if you really do love and care for him. If you love and care for him, encourage him to get the help that he needs. We're not going to tell him what to do, because it's 2025, and when it comes to dealing with mental health, there are so many different channels that one can take to deal with that. But he needs to take a healthy channel, a healthy route towards healing and being the best version of himself, so that he doesn't have to have these court cases fighting the rest of his life. Because do you guys notice that he has been getting hit with lawsuits back to back, literally every month for the past, 4 to 5 years now? Now, make no mistakes, when he was famous and trending, he was getting hit with lawsuits, but it wasn't so much as what he's getting hit with now. And he's getting hit with an overwhelming amount, and this can really, really damage him as it relates to his mental health. I'm not even looking at finances, because when you can recover from a financial um, ruin, or, financial challenges, there's some aspects of mental health that might be a challenge for you to recover from. So I'm just saying, people just need to be a bit more tactful with what they're doing and how they go about supporting you. But this is just my suggestion, because at the end of the day, I can only suggest, I cannot force anyone to do anything that they don't want to do. But let's look at what is happening to you and how long it has been happening, and how our words, even when we think we're uplifting him, can cause major damage. Let us be careful and cognizant of the fact that, this is not good for him. It's not good for him to be getting hit with these lawsuits back to back. And he's getting hit with the lawsuits back to back because he's just not well to make the best decisions. Because under normal circumstances, we know that Ye would never send individual those text messages. And it really does tells us that Ye has been, his decline has been getting worse since he has been divorced from Kim Kardashian. So I do hope that he gets the help and get back on track, or as close as possible as he can. That's what I hope for him. But anywho, guys, enough of me. It is your time to chime in. Let me know what's your 2 cents on the matter. While you're at it, do all you need to do on this video to support your girl. Peace.